Conversation is hard. I know. You might be thinking, what? Just take a dictionary, blend some words, and you'll produce sentences. And repeat that over and over, right? Well, that would produce a speech. It turns into a conversation when you introduce another person, and that changes the entire dynamic. If you've ever wondered how to keep a conversation going, this video will show you with what I call the handoff technique. Let's begin with David Spade. Some context. David was asked to come in as a guest host, and one chat he had was with Guy Ritchie. Now there were a few hiccups, so let's check it out.
Hey, bud.
How are you, David?
Looking good, dude.
So are you.
Yeah?
We have a rather similar complexion.
We do have a similar thing going on here. You're about 100 times cooler, but I'll take what I can get, right?
It's very kind.
Yeah.
Do we have a bit of help with the makeup department back there?
Oh, yeah, I've been here since 2 a.m.
This is a bit of a Trump thing we've got going on.
We're like in a mirror, like doing this thing. Got a blue coat on. What do you think?
You're missing a pocket square.
Yeah, well, you're from England. Isn't that like a little dressier over there?
A little more tasteful, if that's what you mean.
Oh, no, do I look all right. By the way, this is the best it gets, dude. I do a suit.
There's no lead on, no segue into the next topic. The conversation stops dead at simple observations that the other participant can't build upon. You'll notice the lack of a cohesive back and forth between them. Conversation should be like a relay, in the sense that there's a handoff. But nothing is being built here. No topic to build a foundation upon.
I thought it was a great movie. That was super cool back then. I knew it was at the DGA. Remember that? Directors Guild. Have you done this interview before?
Keep going.
Okay, keep going.
It got so bad, Guy Ritchie told David to keep talking.
Have you done this interview before?
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
I have been to England once for 2 days. I'll tell my story first. I went to...
Pro tip, when you have to tell everyone you're going to talk about a story, you know you have no flow in a conversation.
England, there's a movie called Tommy Boy.
David talks for a while without including Guy. And then he tells Guy it's his turn.
Trying to get attention. Now you go. Come on.
You can feel the cringe because they are trying to force chemistry. We realize this because we watch to be entertained. And we can tell something is off because this is not entertaining.
Let's talk about King Arthur then.
Okay, crack on.
All right, go. Okay. I saw...
To be fair, I'm not picking on either of these guys. Clearly, they were caught off guard. David didn't have a lot of hosting experience. Now let's move on to one that does. Jimmy Kimmel. Here's them talking about that awkward interview.
Great time. I had one interview that was a little tough.
I did see that, and well, you know, it was kind of weird because Courtney Cox was your first guest,
Yeah,
and it was great, and you guys seem to know each other
her a little
pretty
bit,
well.
so it's easier. And then I thought I was sort of in the clear because Guy Ritchie I had seen out, and he's
The director.
directed King Arthur. And I hadn't seen the movie yet, of course, but I do like the guy, and I did think he was there to be interviewed. He didn't seem to want to be interviewed.
He didn't seem to want to talk to you,
Yeah.
really, it seemed like. It was a weird thing. You would ask a question, and then, like, there was...
There was a point where I go, do you want me to talk for a while?
Yeah.
And then I talked, and then he sort of listened to me, but afterwards he goes, great job. I go, me? I thought we were going to get in a fight. But overall, it was good.
After that interview, you sent me an email, and I think you were serious when you said this. You were like, was that a prank?
Yeah, I thought he tricked me. I thought you put in a guy to be tough on me
would never
and to see what I would do, and I go, obviously I was floundering. I thought it was a cheap trick.
Now, how do we know that this conversation went well? Well, first of all, we didn't cringe. And second of all, I didn't stop this clip once because the chat went so smoothly. But why did it go well? What is the difference between the awkward interview versus the smooth one? It's because Jimmy used what I call the handoff technique, which is to lead on the interviewee by running with the idea, add your own perspective, and then handing it off to them, like a relay race.
I had one interview that was a little tough.
I did see that, and well, you know, it was kind of weird because Courtney Cox was your first guest,
Yeah,
and it was great, and you guys seem to know each other
her a little
pretty
bit,
well.
so it's easier. And then I thought I was sort of in the clear because.
Notice the subtle handoffs? Jimmy takes what David said, adds his own perspective, and hands it back off to David.
He didn't seem to want to be interviewed.
He didn't seem to want to talk to you,
Yeah.
really, it seemed like. It was a weird thing. You would ask a question, and then, like, there was...
There was a point where I go, do you want me to talk for a while?
Yeah.
And then,
Notice that this conversation flowed smoothly. There weren't any awkward pauses or huge shifts in ideas.
overall, it was good.
After that interview, you sent me an email, and I think you were serious when you said this. You're like, was that a prank?
Yeah, I thought he tricked me. I thought...
Jimmy is such a master conversationalist that he doesn't need to pose a question in order to receive a reply. He just takes a topic, sets it up, and hands it off. In fact, in this clip, he didn't ask one question. How does he do this? He builds off the speaker's ideas. Half the work is already done. Just take it, add your own twists, and hand it off. You don't have to make conversation harder than necessary. It's tough to make new topics on the spot. Take what's there and build off of it. Add your own ideas. Send it back to them and encourage them to add their own. This creates a back and forth, what we know as conversation. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps you out there.